This is one of my favorite stories called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. And this is a great way to start art. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. And she's facing away from her desk. She's not looking at it. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm, she said. Very funny, said Vashti. I just can't draw. Have you ever felt like that? Her teacher smiled. Just make a mark and see where it takes you. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, Now sign it. Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. And by the way, if you're in kindergarten, you might already know how to sign your name, or you might be learning your first letters. And there's Vashti signing V-A-S-H-T. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly, whirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. So she opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. And you might be opening your crayons or grabbing a pencil or, well, I'll have to wait and see. And Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot, and the blue mixed with yellow, and she figured out she could make a green dot. And Vashti kept her experimenting, lots of little dots and many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. And Vashti splashed her colors with bigger brush and bigger paper to make bigger dots. Whoa, she's painting with a broom. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's dot made quite a splash. And you can see that she made sculptures. She made it look like almost like a web, a spider web. Sometimes spiders actually look like dots in the web. She made a dash dot. She made brush strokes without making a dot. And she shared her dots with everybody. And Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw, he said. I bet you can, said Vashti. Me? No, not me. I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. Dong, 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 dong. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. Show me. And the boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. And Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle. And then she said, sign it. The end. Okay, thanks for listening. Now we'll move on. now I gathered things to make a dot because I'm going to be like Vashti and the book, and I'm going to make a dot. And I gathered things that are the shape of a circle. And you can take your finger and go around. You can draw a circle with your finger. Woo! Okay. And I got a pencil, so I can draw with a pencil. I got my crayons, so I can draw with my crayons. And I got a pen, and I got a purple pen, just weird pens that I found around. And look at this one lights up. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, so anyway, and your supplies are going to be different than Miss Tara's because Miss Tara is an artist, and she teaches art at home, so she's got stuff. But all these things I get out of recycling. Like this is a circle. This is a lid, and it's also a circle. Okay. So I can take this and I can lay it down, or maybe I want to do a bunch of little circles. So I took another lid, and I can use this for a stencil if I want to do my dot. So I hold it down. Maybe I want it over here, and I think about where do I want to put it. I'm going to put it right there. And I take out a pencil. I hold it down with one hand and I draw around it. I'm going to go twice just for good luck. Oh, okay. And I have a bunch of different lines, and that's okay. Okay. I'm going to do it in Sharpie so you guys can see it. I know on the camera you can't see pencil very good. Oh, lumpy bumpy. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. That's my dot. And I'm sticking to it. And then maybe I want to put a dot inside of that dot. So I'm going to trace this guy. No, do you have to do it this way? No, your dot is all about you, just like Vashti's dot was all about her. But I do recommend going slow. You can even draw your dot without a stencil if you want. I'm going to go dot inside of a dot, inside of a dot, and that's called concentric dots. Everybody say concentric dots. So now I'm going to do some other dots. And maybe I'll use my bubbly water here, and I'll draw a dot there. I'm going to fill the whole page up with dots. And I go like this, and I stop and I start. And I want a really little dot. Where can I find a little dot? Let's see. Well, I can draw it. Now, remember, so I got my dot done. It's all finished. I like it. It's like every color of my crayons that I have. And then I put black and white for contrast and eyeballs and little dots and black dots and white dots and stuff just to make it look awesome. Now, I'm looking back at the book, and I remember the art teacher said, picked up the paper and studied it carefully and said, And then she said, now sign it. Okay, so it's very important that we as artists sign our art. And then remember, Vashti says to the little boy, when he draws his line, and then Vashti says to the little boy, to his squiggle, and then she says, sign it. Everybody say, sign it. Okay, so we're going to sign our names. And I like to put my name down on the bottom, on the right side. And if you can't remember your right from your left, look at your hands. And your left hand makes the letter L. So if I say bottom right side, it means this side, okay? So I'm going to use hot pink because I love hot pink. And I'm going to write by, B-Y. And I'm going to sign my name Tara, T-A-R-A. Okay, and if I want, I could put a title of this, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, if you're just learning how to sign your name, you can put the first letter of your name. Like I could write a big letter T, and everybody would know that was mine. Okay? Okay, thanks, guys. I hope you have fun making dots, big dots, little dots, any kind of dot, 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 dot. You can make your whole picture out of dots. That's called pointillism. And enjoy, okay? Does anybody remember the artist Yayoi Kusama, who was also a dot artist? Okay,